Breaking news and heartbreak on a Tuesday afternoon. Pour one out for the Ben Johnson to DC era that never existed, as Ben Johnson has told the Commanders, don't waste your trip out to Detroit because I'm staying home to pursue winning a Super Bowl. Job not finished in Detroit. Washington now moves forward with a candidacy list of Mike McDonald, Dan Quinn, Bobby Slowick, Anthony Weaver, and Aaron Glenn. Onward and forward we march, but not gonna fake. I spent this whole offseason peddling for this guy. I thought it was a lot. Adam Schefter told us the truth yesterday, and like most people, when they hear the truth, they deny it, deny, and we immediately started pointing to the credibility of Adam Schefter. Adam Schefter does this shit. I'll never question him again. You were right, my guy. Respect to you, my G. Respect to you. And respect to Ben Johnson for staying home to finish the job. But what that tells me about Benjamin David Johnson is he not ready for the bright lights yet. He not ready for that work yet. And I respect the guy who knows when they're not ready. He could have done it last year. He could have done it this year. And Washington and Seattle have very attractive job openings. Detroit, you may never get back, but you have a chance now that your guy's staying. But Detroit blew the opportunity of a lifeline. They just wasted fans 50 years of waiting opportunity to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl, and Ben Johnson has chosen to stay home in Motown City. Washington does not have to fire up that plane. Well, they still can fire it up to go talk to Aaron Glenn, but come on. We're not hiring Aaron Glenn to be the head coach. We know why we were going to Motown City. We were putting Magic Johnson on the jet, the pride of Lansing, Michigan, to go close the deal and go bring home our coach. Onward we march. Dan Quinn. Someone had a picture of Dan Quinn leaving Reagan National, said the interview went well. Nikki Dubois of the Washington Post had that on X just now. But Mike McDonald or Slowick me, please. Please give me a coach whose age starts with 3. Please give me a coach waiting for his first opportunity. Give me the Shanahan disciple and Slowick that connects to Adam Peters, or give me Mike McDonald, the kid that's the defensive wonder kid who's been groomed by the Harbaugh. Ben Johnson added a whole wrinkle to our plans. He said, don't even come up here. Don't sit with us. Stay. Don't come. Don't waste your time. I'm staying home. Job not finished. Job not finished. I was so ready to crown him, to build a future with him. But onward we march. That's why as fans, the smart fans don't get their heart involved. They let it play out. But the emotional, irrational motherfuckers like myself, we gotta be involved with the every ebb and flow of the offseason. And all signs pointed to this point, to Ben Johnson. Well, all signs now gotta point to somebody else. It's Mike McDonald season, Bobby Slowick season, Dan Quinn season. Hope not. But we shall see. If it's Mike McDonald, I'm hoping the ties he has with the Harbaughs and the Ravens and the ties he has to Eugene Shin, I hope he's able to pull a fire-ass offensive coordinator candidate. And once we pull that fire-ass offensive coordinator candidate, I hope he has the loyalty of Ben Johnson, that once he gets hot, he stays loyal and keeps developing and wants to stay put. Hopefully he doesn't want the track of being a head coach. But, this adds a whole curveball to my whole offseason plan. I've planned mock drafts around Ben Johnson coming to DC. I've planned content, thumbnails, and pre-recorded videos and streams for Bleacher Report. Back to the drawing board, Washington Commanders Nation. Ben Johnson don't want us. And when people don't want you, you accept it, you take your ball, you go home, and you keep shooting that motherfucker to everybody else. We speed dated the whole crop of people. I now know what it feels like to not get the rose at the end of The Bachelor. To not get the rose. We didn't get the rose, y'all. but there's other options on the table. And if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself up and try again. That first girl at the club, the baddest one there, she shoots you down. Guess what? There's another baddie in the proximity. There's another baddie within proximity. Shoot your shot. You already put out feelers to the other women in the club. You put out feelers already. Circle the block. Circle the block. Pull it back up to, hey, remember that conversation we was having a little bit ago? Let's continue that conversation. What's good, Mike McDonald? How you feel? Remember when we talked yesterday about the job? You did so well on that interview. You want this job? This is an easy one. You don't got to uproot your life and move all the way across the country to the Pacific West. You can move right up here to the actual DMV because Baltimore not a part of the DMV. Go ahead and move a little bit up. Just go ahead and move a little bit more south. Come on down to Ashburn. It's your world. The hardballs trained you for this moment. You want this job? And if you don't want this job, what up, Bobby Slowick? What up, Bobby Slowick? Well, let's circle the block, Bobby. You know, we dated a long time ago. You were here in 2013. You were a kid. You weren't ready yet. You were a kid, and we weren't ready to have young leadership here in DC. We were owned by Dan Snyder. I'm telling you, bro, after you shoot your shot at the number one, you got to circle the block. You got to circle the block. This is when you send the hey stranger text. Hey, big head. Hey, stranger. No, this is my favorite. You up? Question mark. Toxic king shit. Hey, we got to shoot shots at the rest of the people in the crowd now. We need a prom date. Somebody getting this rose. And we interviewed a wide net of people in preparation that if our target don't want us, we got options. Well, here we are at 1:14 p.m. Eastern Standard on Tuesday, January 30th. We got options now, and we need to get options. We need to get on it. We need to proactively get after it because Ben Johnson chose to finish the job in Detroit. So where are we going? I bet Josh Harris is a little sick now because I think Josh Harris's number 2 guy was Raheem Morris, and Atlanta beat us to that. So what's it going to be? What's it going to be? Are we going to pull a curveball and get an old guard gatekeeper like Vrabel or Belichick? Just kidding. I kind of threw up in my mouth throwing that out there. Maybe Vrabel, but I still want a young coach. That does not change because we didn't get Ben Johnson. Mike McDonald or Bobby Slowick, please and thank you. If anything else, fuck it. Give me Anthony Weaver and bet on someone who nobody was looking at. I do not want Dan Quinn as my head coach. I think Dan Quinn is a phenomenal coordinator. I think Dan Quinn was an adequate head coach. Swing for the fences with the young guy with upside, the X's and O's wizard, the teacher. We didn't get one. There's still 2 that remain. Bobby Slowick, we got history with you. Mike McDonald, Eugene Shin, our analytics guy. They come up together in that Baltimore system. We've heard about Josh Harris's affinity for Baltimore and the way that organization is constructed. Mike McDonald, come on down and take the head coaching reins here in D.C. Shout out to Rant Burgundy because he's been all over Mike McDonald to D.C. and he's been telling us this the whole time. I get my feelings involved. It be like that. But Ben Johnson ultimately isn't the end-all be-all, even though I wanted him badly. But like I said, if at first you don't succeed, there are other women in the club. There are other baddies out there. He's not the only good-looking woman out there. And we put out feelers throughout the entire room, so we got backup options. What did Denzel say in that interview with Jamie Foxx? I'm leaving with something. We're not going home alone tonight. We're taking a nightcap and somebody coming with us. Not nobody ugly either. We got some good options left in the club. We're going hand in hand, arm in arm. Call the Uber. Let's have a good night. Let's make a decision. Give me Mike McDonald or Bobby Slowick. It's time that we move forward, and I appreciate the Ben Johnson saga. It's been fun as hell. I get to retire this background I got made for his hiring, and we get to move forward with another guy. It was real, Ben. Best of luck in Detroit. Next time we play y'all, I hope we kick y'all ass for getting my feelings riled up this offseason. No ill will towards the guy, no hatred, no disrespect. Your job's not finished. Some guys just aren't ready for the bright lights yet. I guess Ben Johnson is not quite ready for the bright lights yet. Onward we march. Washington needs a head coach. It's day 2 of the Senior Bowl. We don't have a head coach. We need one of those so we can get it going, so they can align their vision with the general manager, Adam Peters. Josh Harris has his first hurdle as an owner, as his top target for head coach, has decided to stay at home in Detroit. Let's see how this plays out. As soon as something comes out, I will be here immediately to react to it. It's your boy, Commander Rio, checking out. Hail to the Washington Commanders. You hold us, Ben Johnson.